What's up, everybody? I just got the crystals for the event, which is celebrating, I believe they're, oops, let me check. Celebrating something 30 million downloads, that's what it was. I knew it wasn't like a 30-year anniversary, because that'd be impressive. Anyways, so as you can see, I've got 1,000 crystals right now. I'm going to redeem those for a premium pack, as well as I think I have like 5 or 6 mystic scrolls saved up from the past like 2 or 3 weeks or something. Not a ton, but we're gonna go through and hopefully get some sweet monsters out of it. So let's get into it. Premium pack. Buy. Yes, I think I have enough space in my monster stable or whatever you want to call it. My islands. Let me check. I have 15 spaces available. And I think that'll be enough. Let's see. We got 11 Mystic Scrolls. I'm not going to summon any of the Angelmon yet. I'll take the money. I do have a Devilmon also from the event still, which is pretty nice. Let's take a look at see how many Mystic Scrolls I have total. Alright, so I have 21. Let me see if there's anything I can do real quick just to kind of get rid of a few of these guys. Nope. I don't think I have anybody max leveled at 3 stars or 4 stars yet. Nope. So I guess I guess I'll just end up expanding it once we get to that point. Alright, let's get started. Now, I don't have any real high expectations. I think this is like my fifth or sixth premium pack so far since I started playing, and I've gotten a few 4 stars, haven't gotten any natural 5 stars or anything like that. I've gotten a couple of good characters, nothing absolutely game changing. I think my most influential monster is still my fire Inugami. I'm still pretty, I guess, fresh, not necessarily new into the game, but I haven't gotten to that top elite tier yet. So here we go. Let's get started. We're gonna skip all the animations. All right, so I got a Wind Bear Man. Pretty not that great. I think he is a fusion piece. It's either him or the Fire Bear Man. I'm not sure exactly. I know the Water Bear Man is as well. However, I think I have 1 or 2 Water Bear Mans. I think I have a Wind one as well as a Fire. Nothing special. Alright, we got some Lightning here. Number 2. Wow, a natural 5-star. Oh man, Water Hell Lady. This is awesome. This is exactly why I decided to record this. This is the first time I've really recorded anything on Summoner's War. All my previous videos were for other games. Typically, I've streamed a couple of times with Summoner's War, but this is awesome. Alright, so Water Hell Lady. I'm not extremely familiar with the Hell Ladies. They're actually relatively new to the game. They came out probably a couple months ago now. I think I only have like one friend that really has one, at least as his rep that I've used, and she's pretty sweet. I think he had the fire version. So let's look at the skills. Wound attacks the enemy with a sharp blade, inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns with 50%. So that's pretty sweet. That's good. Charges towards the enemy to slash them all. Inflicts a critical hit on enemies with continuous damage with 100%. So potentially, you auto attack with the first one, get continuous damage, or you get, with those two working together, you could have like Water Imps, or you could have anybody else that does continuous. You could have like I have a Fire Sylph that has AoE that procs continuous damage. So she's immediately going to be awesome, or at least has the potential to be, because that'll crit automatically 100%. You don't need any altered crit rates or anything like that, which is pretty sweet. So that's cool. Let's look at Eternal Scar. Weakens the defense of the enemy for 3 turns with an attack and disturbs HP recovery. Alright, so not the best. We have, I think, at least me personally, I have Fire Inugami, which is Rauk, and then I have Belladon as well, or Belladion. I don't like saying Belladion, I just call it Belladon, because I'm used to saying like Belladonna, but anyways, and they both have defense breaks already, so not a huge bonus, but again, I mean, that's literally going to be constant defense breaks, depending on, if I have her with those two, which is good. I mean, it's obviously going to make everybody hit harder, which will be nice, but she also disturbs HP recovery, so that's actually pretty good. That's pretty useful in a lot of SDs and, other dungeons and stuff like that. I imagine that'll be pretty helpful in Tower of Ascension as well. And let's look at the leader skill. Increases the HP of ally monsters in the arena by 44%. So that's actually a pretty big boost. I think right now I have my Fire Pickion Priest. It's Chloe, but I haven't awoken her yet. I probably can by now, but I haven't. And I think she grants HP percentage, or I don't know. But so potentially she might be going in the arena. I don't know if, if she's necessarily. You probably have to build her differently for the arena, as opposed to, utilizing her for dungeons and stuff like that. But that's something I'll have to look into. I'm not super familiar. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with her at all. But she looks to be awesome. Like I said, this is my first natural 5-star. I've got my Fire Inugami and my Wind Brownie, who I both got to 5 stars, as well as I think actually earlier this week I got my Belladon to 5 stars. So this will be my 4th 5-star, first natural. So that's pretty awesome. No, I'm not gonna buy that. So I guess hopefully we can keep the luck rolling at this point. Let's see. Nothing. 3-star Inferno. Already had 20 of those. I'm gonna probably feed him right away, or at least save him for leveling up, or not leveling up, evolving and stuff. Magical Archer. I've got one of each of those so far. Well, at least Fire, Wind, and Water. I'll just be using her as evolution material. Fire Mystic Witch, not that rare. I've got a Water Mystic Witch who a lot of people are upgrading to Megan. They're awakening her. She's pretty good. I probably can awaken her at this point. I just haven't. Last week was they had, or maybe it was a little bit longer, but they had all the dungeons were open for like 2 or 3 days. I spent a ton of energy, and I think they had an event going on too where I got like 300 energy, and I think I even used like 100 crystals on, or something like that, on recharging my energy a couple times, and I was just spamming those non-stop. So she's not anything special. I'm just going to feed her to the water. No more lightning. Looks like another, okay, an Amazon. Thought it was a Archer, but Amazon. I've actually got a 4-star level 30 version of her right now, just because she does deal some pretty good damage for being a 3-star. She's got a sweet AoE, she's got a freeze arrow, and then her first shot just basically increases her chance for getting a critical hit. She's pretty good. Personally, I don't know if I'm going to keep mine. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to take her any further, so I'm not going to feed this one to her, obviously, but I might just, use her as evolution material and stuff. And no lightning. Alright. A Wind Drunken Master. As far as I know, I could be wrong. I know there's 1 or 2 of these that are actually somewhat decent. I think, and I know the one for sure I think is the Light Drunken Master. I think that's Jin. I think he's good. Honestly, I don't know. When these guys first came out, I got the Fire Drunken Master, and he was pretty below average on everything, so I just didn't pay attention to them at all. And it's really only a natural 3-star. It's not a huge deal. So we'll probably just use him as evolution Material. Alright, Tantra. This is actually kind of upsetting because literally, like this past week, I got a Fire Yeti and I started leveling him up and I 4-starred him and I think he's actually max level right now. All I need to do is awaken him because he is a fusion piece, I believe, for the Water Ninja. Don't quote me on that, but he's one of them, and that kind of upsets me. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll take that other one further and then just level this one up to 4-star level 30, because it's really not hard getting these 3 stars to 4 stars. Once you get them to 4 stars, leveling them up to level 30, it takes a little bit of time, but it's not terrible. So I don't know, I'll have to make a decision, and we got some more lightning. 4-star, okay, Fire Ninja, cool. Haven't gotten a ninja before, so this is pretty cool. I do have a friend that has the Wind Ninja, or did have the Wind Ninja as his rep, and it was actually pretty sweet. He wrecked the mountain level, I forgot what it's called, Mount Sizz or whatever. Maybe it wasn't Mount Sizz. Yeah, something like that. And it would just wreck it. That was back when I didn't have my Fire Inugami and I was farming that. I think I was trying to like level up my Water War Bear because I was still really early on. And I would use him every single day because he would just wreck face. And I think the Water Ninja is actually pretty decent too. So I'm going to look at this one. Continuous damage. I think they all have that one. Narrow escape. This is passive. Offsets. Whoops. Offset. Oh, that's... Alright, I guess I clicked on the passive. Offsets the incoming damage that may cause you to die with 50% chance and increases attack gauge by 50%. Offsets the incoming damage. So I'm guessing if something's going to kill you, I don't know if that means that you only live with 1 HP, because I think that's what the other one was. I don't know what offsets mean. And then you get a 50% increase in your attack gauge. So I'm assuming it brings you down to one health. I could be wrong. I don't know what offset means. This game has a really bad, I guess, way of using terminology. Like a lot of the skills, like obviously they've got, you know, some of the right words, but a lot of them are just not clear at all in these small definitions for what they do. Or, you know, it might say like, it'll say something about HP or like dealing damage, and it doesn't have like exact percentages, or it doesn't, you know, specify, you know, your HP, his HP, percentages, whether it's like an accuracy percentage, like, you know, paralyzing, or like sleep or freezing or something like that, as opposed to anything else. So, you know, I am not sure. I think it brings you down to 1%, or 1 hit point, but I could be wrong. And Dragon Attack. This is the second skill. Throws an uppercut punch to an enemy 2 times. Each attack has a 25% chance to stun the enemy. Okay, so that's okay. Doesn't look like he has any AoE. Obviously, awakening him probably gives him another skill. I don't know if it's a leader skill or not. So potentially, I mean, he's gonna be good, especially, you know, if you're earlier on as opposed to now. But he could potentially be good. Again, the continuous damage. Obviously, it's only 1 turn, so it's not huge. But again, with that Hell Lady and stuff like that, you know, more continuous damage, they might work well together. But you know, we'll see. I gotta see what his awakening stuff is, but we'll do that at the end of the video, I guess. And I'll check out that Hell Lady for awakening her as well. So let's keep doing it. So we got lightning twice now. It doesn't look like we have it here. All right, actually, I'm pretty excited about this. This is the Wind Griffin. This is actually the only Griffin I haven't gotten. I swear, like the last 2 times I've gotten premium packs, I've gotten like 3 or 4 like water griffins in a row, and it was so frustrating Because all I wanted was this. Because when you awaken this Wind Griffin, he turns into Bernard, which is one of the actually best supports in the game. Situation dependent, obviously, but a lot of people are running him with like Shannon, Belladon, Akasis, and I feel like I'm missing one, and Amon, I think. That's kind of like a new meta for Tower of Ascension. So that's actually really cool. I'm glad I've got him. I think I still have like two other griffins that I can use to actually feed to him and level up some skills. So that's pretty sweet. So if you get one of those, hang on to those. They're very useful. They also drop on the desert stage, I believe. I think I spent like literally like 200 energy there in one day, and I didn't get him. I was a little upset. I know he's a 3-star, so it's hard to get the 3-star drops, but it is what it is. Fire Inferno, Water Inferno, excuse me. He is a fusion piece. I already have one of him, so he'll just be evolution. They're pretty decent by themselves, but I'm just going to use them strictly as fusion food. Fire Elemental, again, another fusion piece. They're okay. There's better options, I think. If you're earlier on, but not terrible. I'm just going to use them as straight evolution fodder, so. Alright, let's keep going. Water Bounty Hunter. I'm having a lot of problem pronouncing things and speaking today in general. I've been so busy lately. I have one of him, I think. Well, actually, I don't anymore. I think I got him up to 4-star, and then I think I used him as evolution food for my Belladon. He's pretty good. I like his first attack has a... Or not the first one, second attack maybe? Yeah. You have a 25% chance to basically attack again every time he shoots. So you could potentially literally just keep shooting. Like, I've had it where he shoots 3 or 4 times in a row, and then I've had it where I swear he shoots like 10 or 15 times in a row, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's all RNG based, I think. It's just all luck and stuff like that. So it's not very reliable or consistent by any means. His ready to ambush skill is actually pretty decent too. But not terrible. If you're early on, he's good. I'm just going to use him probably as evolution again. And an awakened 2-star. This is like the garbage pickings of these premium packs. Like, this is what I've been getting like the last 2 or 3 times that I've done this, which has been extremely upsetting. So it's a Wind Harpoo. Again, I'm probably just going to use her straight as evolution food. Fire Inugami. That's actually a really good draw, or summon. Excuse me, I'm used to the other terminology now. He's the best Inugami. Well, I guess kind of depends on what you need, but he's one of the best early game damage dealers. His passive lets him auto attack again if he kills a monster. So the point, or like the basis behind him, is you give him all attack percentage runes, and just level him. You get to the point where you can one-hit pretty much anybody, or at least specifically for certain stages, or like SDs or something like that. And basically he just clears the whole thing by himself, which is pretty sweet. I don't see the point in having 2 of them, really, because I already have my route. He's already 5 stars. So I might just feed this one to Belladon. I've seen people play around online with having like 2 or 3 or 4, or like a full team of Fire Inugamis and stuff. The problem is they're all glass cannons, so if you can't one-hit them, or I guess in this case, if you use team up and stuff, it's a little different. But if you can't essentially one-hit the majority of the monsters, you're going to be in trouble, because they are pretty squishy. So I probably will end up feeding him to my Belladon, but not sure. Alright, so I'm gonna buy some more slots just to keep this going. Let's keep summoning. Fire Salamander, pretty awful. I don't really like any of the salamanders. I don't think they're really that good. High elemental, similar to the fire one. I actually think this one's a little bit better than the fire elemental. Um, Especially if you're early game, he deals pretty decent damage. This soul split skill is actually pretty sweet. If you kill the enemy with it, your HP gets recovered by 35%, which is pretty awesome. Um, Also, if you have an actual like win team, he can be a good leader. It raises the critical rate, so that's pretty sweet. Again, if you're early game, this is a decent monster. Once you start to get kind of towards late game, I personally wouldn't use it. So I don't know if the wind is a fusion piece either. I don't believe it is, but don't hold me to that. Let's see. Imp Champion. Gotten like 1,000 of those. Imps are no longer really that useful. Sweet. Fire Reaper. Don't need you at all. So there's another 4-star. Obviously this is a 3-star Woken. Sath. It's the Fire Grim Reaper. I've seen a lot of people debate on whether Grim Reapers are actually good or useful. I've seen some that are. The Fire Reaper, much like the Fire Inugami, has like a similar passive. I think it's actually exactly the same. Or maybe it's not a passive. Yeah, it's actually just off his auto attack. If he kills a monster with it, he gets another turn. So instead of a passive, it does have to be an auto attack, which is kind of weak. But again, if you can level him, you can rune him properly. You can get it to the point where he can one-hit monsters. Then obviously he's going to be pretty useful, especially if you don't have a Fire Inugami. He's got Deadly Swing here. It's an AOE. Crits if they're under 30%, pretty good. And then the Living Hell is another AoE that disturbs HP recovery and inflicts continuous damage. So again, you know, this might be a monster. I think I used mine. I didn't have him woken, but I think I used him as fusion material for Belladon. But with this Living Hell, that does continuous damage, which is AoE. So again, if I have my Fire Sylph, who has AoE continuous damage, I can use him, who has AoE continuous damage, and I can just combo that with my Hell Lady and just wreck face, at least theoretically. So I might hang on to him for a little bit, just to see if he can work well with Hell Lady. If he doesn't, or if I've got better options, then I'm probably just going to end up using him as evolution food for getting another 5-star. Alright. Imp Champion, again, useless. We're going to do this, since I have the crystal. I literally cannot do anything. Like, I can't say anything today. So I still have 400, so that's a decent amount. So last one, no lightning. Who are you? Okay, another Fire Inugami. So again, you know, if you're early on in the game, these guys are awesome. This was an absolutely game changer for me, getting the Fire Inugami. I basically worked my way all the way up to the volcano stage with just a water warbear and some other halfway decent monsters. Pretty, you know, all 3 stars and stuff like that, or 2 stars that were actually pretty good. And then once I got this Fire Inugami after farming the volcano for like 2 weeks straight, it was an absolute game changer. So again, I'll probably just end up feeding him to my Belladon, but if you haven't gotten one yet, or especially if you're early on, even when you're later, I've seen so many people that take this guy to 6 stars and just deck him out with some 6-star runes and just absolutely wreck face with it. So yeah. Alright, so that's essentially the summoning. I am going to check out real quick my Hell Lady, just because I want to see her, and perfect, so right there. Cool, so she's got a higher base attack, which would make sense since she's an attack monster. Oh, Tyrant, I forgot. That's who I literally just 5-starred him like 5 minutes before this video. So I used a couple of my monsters on that. And I know a lot of like my other videos where I did like Soul Seeker and stuff, people would look at my monsters, and I started getting to the point where like people started commenting like, yo, your monsters are garbage. Like, you suck. Like, okay, I understand. My monsters aren't that good. I don't pay money to play this game, so you guys can save the stress on your fingers for typing messages like that. Cool. So let's look at our skills again. So that's pretty sweet. Good. So I'm looking at like how much you can level them up. It does look like she's got a lot to level up actually. So it looks like my Devilmons are probably all going to be going to her. Awakening her is going to be a pain because she needs all these high essences, which I currently don't have. Um, I don't think I don't know. Yeah, I used some of my water stuff to awaken. I think I awakened Lulu and Konamiya, however you say it. So I do think I am a little bit lower on the water or the water essences or whatever the heck they're called. Yeah, water essence. So as well as the magic essence now. So I am gonna have to farm for that. But when you do awaken her, let's see, increases effect accuracy. So again, that's going to increase on her continuous damage infliction. So it's going to be now a 75% chance. Um, or, yeah. And I guess if you level that up, technically that's almost a 100% chance. If they... I'm not sure if the effect accuracy is applied afterwards. I don't know if it all stacks. If it all stacks nice and neat, then it would be 95%. However, I don't imagine it does. So 25%, of 50 or whatever it happens to be at your point would be a lot less. I assume it's that way because that would be a little bit overpowered. Obviously, net crit doesn't have anything to do with that. Um, and see here, it doesn't say if the defense break and the HP recovery. It doesn't say if that's 100%. Um, I'm guessing it is because it doesn't say any percentage, and in terms of leveling it up, there aren't any effect plus 10% or plus 20 or whatever. So I have no idea. I'm going to say, let's look at her. So that's continuous damage. That's 100% crit. So I'm guessing you don't really want crit rate on her necessarily. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing, but I feel like optimally you just want to build her straight nuke, like probably crit damage, just because you technically have a 100% chance to crit if you want to, or you essentially you'd want to build a team around her so you could get it to the point where she could crit whenever she wants. So you'd want to build crit damage in terms of runes, attack percentage and crit damage. Ideally, that's if you're using her in like dungeons and stuff. If you want to use her as arena, you're probably gonna have to build some form of speed, like maybe speed on 2, like crit damage on 4. I don't know, maybe accuracy on... I don't think she would need accuracy. Probably just like speed, attack percentage, and crit damage percentage or something like that. But I don't know, that's just thinking off the top of my head right now. Let's see if there's actually anything good in here. Rage and Blade, attack percentage, crit damage, and attack percentage. So yeah, basically, I mean, very similar to any other kind of attack monster. She's not too unique, but she is pretty cool. So that's pretty sweet. That'll definitely be my next goal. I was planning on 5-starring the Water Sylph next, just because I like him and I really want him. Not necessarily the strength and skill, but I do want him to be stronger. I was planning on using him to try to solo farm Phaimon Volcano on hard, because I did see people on forums that said they got him to 5 or 6 stars and with some sweet runes and he could solo it. So I'm going to try to do that too, but probably Hell Lady's going to take precedent over that. So I think I did want to check out the Fire Ninja as well. I know this is kind of getting into a long video, 30 minutes right now. So I'll try to wrap it up real quick. Okay, so we already know those skills. I don't think it changed. Yeah, it doesn't change anything there. So awakening him does get a leader skill. I guess I was wrong. I think all the ninjas are like that. Now that I think about it, though, I think they all have just that passive skill there. So increases the attack speed of all ally monsters with fire attribute by 30%. Okay, so very situationally dependent, I guess. Could be really useful. You'd obviously have to have like a fire team built around him as well. So like Fire Inugami, something like that. Maybe like for me personally, Fire Sylph as well. I guess I could use the Fire Reaper. I don't really have anybody else. I guess actually putting Chloe with him would be pretty good too, because you do need speed on her, so she goes first and casts immunity and all that. But yeah, so he's pretty good. Yeah. But he's still a natural 4-star, so I'll probably keep him around. I'll probably get him to 5 stars at some point. Obviously, I think I want to awaken Chloe, get her to 5 stars. Probably awaken Fire Sylph into Beretta and get him to 5 stars. And maybe even get Shannon to 5 stars probably before I worry about him really. Because I think he's going to end up being more situational. But that's just me. And then obviously, like I said, I think my first priority is going to be this Hell Lady and trying to build a team around her. But yeah, so that was that. That was all my sweet summons. This is my awesome base, which looks awful. I got to the point where I wanted to like remodel it and stuff, and then I just never did. So hopefully I'll do that soon. But I think that'll be it for the video. So we got 1 natural 5-star and then 2 4-stars. The Fire Ninja and the Awoken. I don't even remember. It was some 3-star that was Awoken. So yeah, and then I also got the Wind Griffin, which I was excited about. So out of I think it was 18, wasn't it 18? 18. No, it was 21. Excuse me. 21 Mystic Scrolls. 1 5-star, not terrible. Like I said, I've had 3 or 4. I think I had 4 of these prior to this one that I hadn't gotten a single one. So, this was actually pretty exciting. I'm glad I recorded it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you got some entertainment out of it, or you want me to keep doing stuff, I don't think I've never posted any videos on YouTube. I do stream Summoner's War. Occasionally I'll stream like Soul Seeker and Elune Saga as well. Those aren't as popular games yet, however. But I do stream Summoner's War as well, so if you guys want to watch that, there's really not a huge group that watches it. Usually when I stream, there's either nobody streaming or 2 or 3 other people streaming as well. So if you want, go to my Twitch page, follow that. It'll alert you whenever I get on, if I get on. Usually it's weekends or nighttime, stuff like that. If not, just like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this. I plan on doing more Summoner's War videos in the future. So yeah, I guess that'll be it. And have a good day, guys.